Morning world, we're back again. A few things, actually. Turn this volume down. A few things. We have a FTP test planned this morning. And when I say planned, I mean it was planned last night. I basically said that I was going to do one, so yeah, not really planned. But I'm doing the Trainer Road FTP test, which I've never done before, and I've seen a lot of people obviously doing the ZWIFT RAM test, which I've done in the past. I'm not really good at RAM tests. In fact, I'm not very good at doing anything indoor on a bike. So I don't know how this is going to go. But yeah, it's something different to doing something different to doing a normal 20-minute test, which I'm pretty good at, to be honest. I know you read up online a lot that 20-minute tests are harder to do because of pacing and all the rest of it, and not quite knowing what number you can actually sustain. I think it helps if you do them more often. Like, I've been known to do like 2 to 3 10-mile time trials with my local club during the season, so once you know what you can roughly do, like give or take 10 watts, then it's a lot easier to pace it. But yeah, the RAM test is short, sweet, and I haven't got a lot of time. Plus, I want to kind of try it as well because, like I said, I've never done the Trainer Road one, and I've imported it. So, is it somewhere here? It's here somewhere. This is what it's somewhere. Oh, here it is. So this is the one I designed on ZWIFT or something, whatever it's called. Trouble is, like, I don't really know what my FTP is, so I'm gonna go with. That seems pretty impossible. I have to kind of judge this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes in, get the 3 at 5. So what I'm trying to be. See, the funny thing is, when I was doing the hill climbs, I never tested my 20-minute power. My obviously my 12-minute power is 425. So you would kind of almost be able to think that if I died and held on after 12 minutes, then I could average over 400 for 20 minutes. So if that's the case, then the FTP would be 380, which is kind of set now. But, you know, is that a setup to fail? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10 minutes at 400. I think we're going to go with that. 10 minutes is a long enough time. Like, we're not going to get over here. We're not going to reach those. Erg mode or not is the question. Any of you experts in the chat? Erg mode or not? Thing is, I've done the ZWIFT one with erg mode. It felt horrible. It did not feel good. So I don't know what to do. I've read places that it's better to do with erg mode. Trouble is, though, once you get bogged down on that gear, then you're stuffed. I'm gonna put Google. Test. Erg. Not erg. Yeah. I think you're probably right.
Yeah, people have been saying it's easier to do with mode because you don't have to change gears, but I don't know. I feel like you kind of, at least you're in control of what you're doing.
Let's go without erg mode. Yeah, let's go without erg mode. Erg mode off. We've got a 5-minute warm up of 171. We're on a flat route. I don't want to be bumming about on some flipping climb somewhere. So let's keep it simple. Is that pan flat? Yeah. It's pan flat as it gets. Let's go with that. Right. Alright. I don't even know if that affects it, but I'm just putting it back there. Alright. Let's get a warm up in then. Even though this is, how do I think? Okay. Get the fan on. Don't forget about that. Right. Another Welsh train arriving. Oh, we're going to be starting soon. I'll be done. Time passes way too quick. 3 minutes. So what do you think I'll get to? I think I'll get to, well, if I was, and probably if it was a month ago, I'd like to think I'd get to 520. or 495, something like that, I think. No, yeah, 400 watt FTP, yeah. What do you think I'd get on the... Well, 400 watt FTP would be huge. Almost, but it'd be off the scale. Considering we just jumped on the bike. We don't know. It's up to you though, you know, you're going to be the one cheering me on, you know. Oh, 565. I'm just going to get to the end. Actually finish the ramp. But I'm just coming off a rest period, Steve. Well, I say rest period, it's like it's kind of like my off season. A little bit. I don't really know. The number I get from you, I'm just going to take to outside and then try and basically train around that. And I'm going to do a 20-minute set outside and see if it translates. Alright, we're about to get into the first ramp. Max heart rate of row about 185. Just gives you the scale of what we're working with roughly. So we've got to be careful. Now my power's higher outside it. It should be higher for everybody outside. It should be. Who? So, .340 FTP, which I know is wrong. And I know it's wrong because I know my body and I know what I'm capable of doing. And I can't do a RAM test. But some of you are saying you can do more power on a turbo than it does. I don't know how you do that, but no, racing wouldn't have affected it much, to be honest. Niels, it's the type of athlete I am. You know, you can go repetitive days doing big efforts, but yeah, like 340. I mean, if we did another minute, what would we be at? Like 350, I think, or something. It's all about your ability to suffer at over threshold. Well over threshold. But yeah, like I'll probably do on a good day when it's not too cold and not too windy. In the next week or so, I'm gonna do a 20-minute test out on the road. And I'll ride at 350, 360 for like 15 minutes, and then I'll squeeze everything out in the last 5. And what that should tell us is whether or not this is accurate or not. Because if I can do 360 for 20 outside, then it shows that, well, I mean, I suppose you could argue that it's 10% lower inside, 5 to 10% lower inside for some people, so then that would translate over. But yeah, like yeah, it's difficult for me, but we've completed it, and yeah, I'll redo another test outside sometime next week. I'll feed back to the results, but that's always like, it's always difficult. 470. Ironic, because like at the Nationals, I did 8 minutes at 430, and then I did 2 minutes at 500. So going on that basis, I probably would have completed this ramp test if I did it the day after or the same day as that Nationals. But then saying that, you know, would I have been able to motivate myself to do that on an individual trainer? Probably not, but it's interesting. It's interesting how different platforms, different situations affect your the outcome. But yeah, it's not so bad actually. I mean, this time, I mean, if we call that accurate now, this time, well, it's like the last 2 years of this month, in the last 2 years, I had the same FTP that I've started at in terms of training, and that's been like around the 340, 350 mark, which is not too shabby, I guess. Like, but like, I did 340 for FTP this time last year, and then obviously in October, so obviously a year later, I've got an FTP of almost 400. I put that in air quotations because obviously we didn't test that, but if we had, or if that climb was 20 minutes long, chances are I would have done over 400 watts for 20 minutes, or 400 watts for 20 minutes at 59 kilos. So done. Right. Didn't work out much of a sweat either. Brilliant. Yeah, like you say, like all these things, like to train the calibration and stuff, they all play a part, don't they? So it's not just a case of saying this is what you're capable of. You can think of lots of different things that affect it. But generally speaking, they're pretty. I mean, you could argue that power tests mean nothing. You could argue that because if you feel good and you're going well and you're going faster than you've ever gone, then that means more than the power numbers you're putting out, basically. So, right. Another live stream done. See you in the next one.